Howdy! We all have things in our life that we feel passionate about. Sports teams, movies, raisins and things, social and political issues, and things that we believe in so deeply they push us into action. And that's a great thing. I'm all there for it. I love it. I'm 100% in. I'm giving you some real applause. However, as passionate as we are about something, well, there are those on the other side who are not as passionate, shall we say. And that is also a good thing. I applaud that as well. I'm there for it too. I am about having a conversation and seeing all sides of something. But can being passionate about something, can it cause a negative impact on your business? Can it create problems for you, issues that you didn't ask for, you didn't want, and you certainly don't need in your life, right? You're busy enough. You don't need more on top of it. Can that passion, can it distract you from what's really important? Growing your business. It sure can. All right, let's talk about it more after the break. We're going to figure out why it happens, and how we can avoid getting into that trap. And I'll see you back here after the break. I'm E.H. Howard, and this is the Small Business Talk Show. Hey there, welcome back. I'm E.H. Howard, and this is the Small Business Talk Show. And before we get into the meat and the potatoes of today's topic, I want to state a couple of things on the record and get it out of the way so I'm not accused of being biased or anything. Ultimately, I am saying in all of this, you do you. I'm not trying to tell anyone what to do. I know there's people that think I am. I know there's people that I know. However, that's not how I roll. That's not what I do. But I do strongly suggest things to people, and I'm strongly suggesting things in today's video, but you do you. You choose the path that's right for you. I'm not trying to tell you how to walk down your path or how to run your business. Secondly, we're going to talk a lot about social media in today's episode, and I have a real love-hate relationship with social media. And the way I see it is it's given us access to so much information. I feel like everything is at my fingertips. I can look up anything and everything in the world and have an answer to whatever it is I'm questioning. Whereas before, you used to have to call 5 friends and go to a library and get out an encyclopedia, all that, okay? I also feel that social media, it's connected us in ways that were unimaginable 20 years ago, 15 years ago. It has the power to immediately validate and reinforce your beliefs. It can connect you with other people who believe the same things, have similar experiences. They think like you do. They make you feel part of something. And those are all wonderful, exciting positives. However, those are exactly the same negatives that social media brings with it. All right? Social media has unified us and divided us unlike anything I've ever seen. And in a lot of cases, it's isolating us, all right? Thirdly, we live in a very hyper-polarized time. I mean, clearly, look at me, I'm no spring chicken, right? I mean, I've been around for a while. I've seen some things. I've seen a lot of things. And I've never, in my entire life, I was through Watergate and Clinton, I've never seen polarized times like this, okay? Never, ever, ever. Right now, people are looking for a reason to let go of their anger and their frustration, and they have a lot of it, okay? A crap ton of it. Any reason, big or small, they will come at you. They will come at you, all right? So keep that in mind while we're getting into all of this. Now, over the years, almost every business I've ever worked with wants to appeal to as many consumers as possible, the everyone pool, all right? And that makes that makes good sense. That's business sense. But you're sitting there thinking, dude, you keep telling us selling to everybody is wrong, that we should be focusing in. So what the funk, man? What's going on? You're sending us missed messages. Am I? Am I though? Yes, I do say selling to everyone is wrong. And you should spend your time and money and resources focused on consumers who are actually going to take action. In other words, your current consumers and your super fans. You should be finding more of them. Now, what you need to do is still dip your toe into the everyone pool. And typically it's about a 60-40 split. 60% of your time and energy should be focused inward, and 40% of your time should be focused outward, all right? There are still plenty of casual consumers and super fans in the everyone pool that we need to get to. And that's how we're going to expand our reach. That's how we're going to grow our business, all right? As you expand your reach, you're going to need to dip your toe into the everyone pool. So we cannot ignore everyone, but we also don't want to offend everyone. And let's look at that in a little bit more detail. I am really passionate about oatmeal raisin cookies, and I get them from a really good place. If you need to know, let me know. I got a great hookup. I love them so much. They are like my favorite snack in the world that I love to tell anyone and everyone. So one day I decide, damn, this batch of cookies is just the best. I gotta really tell everybody, people. So I go onto my Twitter account, my business Twitter account, and I make a post that says, these oatmeal raisin cookies, they are the bomb. Now, remember, not a licking thing in my business deals with oatmeal cookies, is in any way connected to making oatmeal cookies, has anything to do with oatmeal cookies. I am not backed by the oatmeal cookie raisin lobby, none of that, okay? It was just me stating a personal belief, how much I love oatmeal raisin cookies. And as soon as I hit post now, wham bam, thank you ma'am, I have pissed off probably 50% of my followers and 50% of the everyone crowd. And it's that fast. It is that fast. Suddenly, I'm starting to hear from the Raisin Suck crowd, aka the anti-raisin lobby, and they come at me hard. And at the same time, I've gotten some love from the pro-raisin group, aka the pro-raisin lobby, and they cheer me on and they want me to say more. You're saying what we've been saying, and it's time for you to speak up. And in a more simpler time, it would probably be a wash, right? I might lose some, but I might gain some, and it was all good. It was a fun post. I lost 1 or 2 consumers. Bam. But we don't live in those times anymore, do we? If only it was that simple, but it's not, all right? Now, in both groups, there is even deeper division, okay? There's different people within each group's coming at me. I hear from the golden raisin crowd. I hear from the craisin crowd. I hear from the currant crowd. I hear from the I love raisins, but I don't love raisins and things crowd. I hear from the rum raisin ice cream people for some reason, like we involve them in this conversation. I hear from pro raisins and cookies crowd, but not my cookie brand, because their cookie brand is much better than my cookie brand, and my cookie brand sucks. Oh, I hear from the anti-raisin people who think it should be illegal to even put raisins near any food, in food, under any circumstances. There are people that think oatmeal raisin cookies are crap, but they love raisins in scones. Who knows? And boy, do they all come at me. They let me know their feelings very clearly and in very personal and in a lot of ways derogatory terms. They clog my feed. They come at me constantly. Anyone coming to my Twitter feed is now going to see all of these people making comments on, you suck because you like raisins and cookies. Your oatmeal cookies suck. What about golden raisins? What about currants? All of that, all right? Anything I post from here on out is going to get lost in the raisin noise. There will be people who, like a dog with a bone, will never let it go. No matter what I do, what I say, they are going to make a comment about raisins. You don't like raisins. You hate raisins. You're pro-raisin. I can't listen to you. You like raisins. What happens now is I am spending all of my time defending what I thought was a little opinion post about oatmeal raisin cookies. I thought, I'm just gonna make this cute little post. I'll get a laugh. I'll get 1 or 2 likes. Boom. I'll move on with my life. But that's not what happened, did it? Not at all. Now all I'm doing is I'm defending myself. I'm not growing my business. I'm dealing with mayhem and foolishness that I didn't want to deal with in the first place. And it's taking me away from what is most important. Working with my current consumers and growing my business. And it doesn't stop there. They go from every social media account I own. They send me emails. They call me up. They post on my Yelp page. I'm known as the oatmeal raisin cookie guy, and it's all people know me for. It's the thing in their mind that defines me. It's the thing in their mind that I do, and nothing else matters. It's all they know me for. And it is the last thing that I want to be known for. I just thought I was making a fun post. I would share my opinions with the world, and boom. Now I'm on the end of an opinion tsunami. And lost again in all of this are my consumers, my super fans, the people who I started my business for. And to add insult to injury, they're getting a little annoyed at it all. They just might decide, well, you know what, all right, well, this is a little too much to deal with because every time I try to deal with something, there's somebody in the store, there's whatever. Even super fans have a breaking point. Even super fans can tap out at some point. Big business can take a stance where it's like, okay, fine, we're going to say something controversial, we're going to say something stupid and silly, and people can come at them and they can weather that storm because it's a very small portion of their consumers, it's a very small portion of their day. But we're not that. We're a small business. We're a home business. We're a solopreneur business. We don't have that buffer. We have to deal with it head on, face on, and then deal with all the problems that come with it. We can't just tell Marty in marketing to deal with it while we move on trying to grow the business. All right, let's look at it a little bit. It's a much more nuanced situation than this, but let's look about it after the break and figure out how we can avoid coming up with this in the future. Howdy and welcome back. All right, let's do a quick recap here, shall we? All right, so I was sitting around one day eating oatmeal cookies from this really great place I got. I'll tell you where they are. they're really good cookies. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna make a little fun post. I'm just gonna pop it up on the internet. I'm gonna make a little Twitter post, and I did it on my business account about how awesome I thought oatmeal raisin cookies were. And it blew up in my face like I never expected, anticipated, or wanted. And, you know, again, I thought I'd make I'd have a like or two, I'd get a little laugh, somebody would make a sassy comment, and then I could sassy comment back, you know, boom. But now I'm taken back, I'm on defense, I'm rocked, and I'm unsure what to do next, and I'm hesitant to go on social media because I'm afraid of saying anything to get more potential blowback. I'm anxious and I'm nervous, and I'm just sitting around waiting for the next attack to come at me, right? And so you're sitting there and you're thinking, come on, man. Aren't you being really dramatic here at EH? We're talking about raisins. Freaking raisins. Something completely stupid and silly. There is no way this can happen. Sure, people are passionate about raisins. They got a fire in their belly about it. And I would say to you, imagine that fire, imagine that passion if you said something that really pushed buttons, that really triggered people, and you set it on your business account. What if, instead of oatmeal raisin cookies, what if it was about politics or religion or social change or any of the current hot button topics? Anything. Now, as I said at the beginning, you do you. But just know, as passionate as you are, there are other people who are just as dispassionate about it, who are so dispassionate about it, they are willing to start a fight with you for any reason, all right? They are gonna have the same fire in their belly and the same intensity as you, just on the other side. Now, if the goal of using social media is to grow your business, why would you do anything that would undercut that? Why would you do anything that changes that puts a big boulder in the middle of the road? You're not taking 10 steps forward, now you're taking 15 steps backwards, all right? What if, instead of making personal posts on your business account, you created a personal account that you put personal stuff on, all right? So I know people are gonna come at me and they're gonna say, well, I can say what I want, it's my account, et cetera, et cetera. As I said at the beginning, you do you. But no, as passionate as you are for whatever it is you're going to say, as much fire in your belly as you have for that topic, there are people who feel the same way on the other side. They have the same intensity and passion that you do. Now, if the goal of using social media is to grow our businesses, why would we do anything that gets in the way of that? Why would we undercut all of the hard work that we've done, all the time and the effort we've put into it to take steps backwards? We're not moving forward now, we're moving backwards. Making personal posts on your business accounts doesn't just create a bump in the road, it puts a freaking 10-ton boulder smack dab in the middle of the road, one you can't get around, one you only have to go through. That's the only way through it, is building that tunnel. And if you think people went nutso over oatmeal raisins cookie, how are they gonna react when you really start to push buttons? Not so good, right? And before you come at me, and you prove my point, you have the right to say whatever you want, anywhere you want. However, so do the people commenting. Free speech is a two-way street. You are in no way protected from feedback from your followers, from your consumers. Now, there are a number of businesses who have made posts or public displays of passionate things or subjects that they're very, very passionate about. Great. Go for it. You do you, baby. But all I can think of is when I engage with those businesses, those points of view. And sometimes it's hard to separate the artist from the artist from the art. It really can be. It taints everything sometimes. And the sad part, in most cases, those were businesses that I loved. I loved what they did. I loved the products that they offered. One or two, I was probably even a super fan. But I just can't get past for sometimes. And that's human nature. That's something that we have to deal with. So let's look at it in a different way. Okay, let's change it from that. What if it was a business that had a bad track record? What if they cheated their clients? What if they'd had a ton of hacks and they lost a bunch of private contact information? What if they had a horrible health rating from the Department of Health? Maybe their products and services had a number of accidents and recalls. At some level, that affects and taints your view of the business. It brings up questions that you never wanted to ask and you don't really need the answers to, right? It makes consumers question your business. Okay, so let's say you got an A rating from the Board of Health. And then suddenly, for some reason, you lost your rating from the Board of Health. And in some counties, they will tell you exactly why you lost your rating. And depending on why you lost that rating, I am definitely going to think twice before I eat there again. And even if you get your A rating back, I'm still going to have some questions and concerns. Will you slip back into the old habits? Did you only fix it because you got caught? What was going on? And look, I get it. I am from back east. I worked in restaurants. I know what it's like to be there. And, sometimes you just don't want to know something. Sometimes ignorance is bliss. Now, I want you to remember in all of this, again, you do you. But I think what really gets lost in all of this is likes and followers do not equal active buying consumers. All right? Likes and follows do not equal active and buying consumers. Okay, so maybe you have 3,000 followers. Awesome, great. How many of them are buying? How many of them do you know personally? How many of them live or work near where your business is run? How many people are responding to any of my oatmeal raisin posts were actually real people? How many were trolls? How many were bots? I like and follow a lot of small businesses. Doesn't mean I go to them. Doesn't mean I get to them. Doesn't mean I buy to them. So again, I gotta ask, why would you put your business in that situation? Why would you put your business in the situation of a bad, negative light? And I know you're sitting there and you're thinking, but I feel really passionate about this. Really, really passionate. And I can't ignore it when I see it. I gotta speak out. Great. Awesome. Perfect. We need more voices like that. Just don't put it on your business account. And if you do, you need to accept that there will be reactions. I see it as the same thing about us posting about my personal life. No one's got time for that. I have a professional and openly available professional account that anybody can look at. My personal private account that my close friends and family can see is private, and never the two shall meet. No one needs to see pictures of me at my nephew's 18th birthday, or that party I went to last weekend with some friends down the street. No one needs to see that. They don't need to see me ranting about oatmeal raisin cookies. I'm all for showing a personal side, but I strategically do it. I show my consumers the things that will interest and engage them, things that will help them grow their business, that helps them move their business forward, things that my friends and family could care less about. And frankly, I'm sure my consumers could care less about my friends and family. I post about the joys of being a small business owner, what it's like to be a small business, how to grow my business, things that no one else, unless you're a small business person, cares about. And why? Because I'm focused on growing my business. I want to do everything I can to move that needle forward, to keep growing and not put a 10-ton boulder in my way. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts, particularly about raisins and things. Feel free to come at me. I'm ready for it in every way, shape, or form. But I'd love to hear about posting personal opinions, how you feel about the social media right now, anything that sort of kind of goes into what we've talked about today, you name it, feel free, come at me, I'm daring you. All right? So honestly, I really want to hear what you have to say. I'm always looking to have a dialogue and a conversation, and I think this is a great one to have a conversation about because I want to see all of the sides of things. Now, the Small Business Talk Show is exclusive to YouTube, so it's on every Wednesday at noon, but make sure you like and subscribe below just so you can get a heads up when it's coming out, and just in case you forget to mark your calendars. I don't know why you would, but in case you do. Follow me on social media because you're going to want to come at me about raisins and oatmeal raisin cookies. I'm E.H. Howard literally everywhere. To learn more about me, selling the experience, and finding your Betty, visit ehhoward.com. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, Sundays and holidays. The only time we close is for Raisin Fest. While you're at the site, make sure you join the mailing list because we're going to do a whole bunch of upcoming things, some really great things. We're going to do a podcast on raisins. No, we're going to just do a regular podcast. The workshops are going to be starting up again, and a bunch of other things. So I would love everybody to be first in line for that when it comes up. And other than that, I think that's it. I'm going to go have an oatmeal raisin cookie, cup of coffee, and write the next Small Business Talk Show. All right, I'll see you next week.